Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to part 2 of this video. Promise, inshallah, it will not be as long as the first one. So the first video was all about my CEO binder, and now these are the next 5 points of running your home like a CEO. So the second point is, if you're a mother of young kids and you feel like everything is in chaos, everything is just like out of control, right now I want you to sit down, get a pen, get a paper, and write down what your ideal day looks like with your kids. What would a day, like, if you could, if however you want it in your head, how would your day be if you could have it? Like, what would you want to do with your kids? What time would you want to wake up? What time would you want to do your self-care? What would your morning look like? What would your afternoon look like? What would your evening look like? Whatever it is, I want you to write out your ideal day with your kids. Don't your ideal day on your own. You're not on your own. You got your kids with you. Sorry. And so write down your ideal day. Then after that, you're going to write out, what do you need to do to make that happen, right? What needs to happen for that to happen? Do you need to fix their sleep schedule? A lot of times I cannot stick to my schedule because our sleep schedule is off, and that throws off everything else. And so if working on your kids' sleep pattern and what time they go to bed, if that's what you need to do to make sure that you have enough energy the next day, then you need to work on that, right? And so find out what is stopping you from having that ideal day with your kids. After that, whatever that day, whatever your ideal day is, I want you to write timing. Like, wake up 7 o'clock, this is what we do. 8 o'clock, this is what we do. 9 o'clock, this is what is going to happen. Or you can also do it between Fajr and, when you wake up, or Dhuhr and Asr, and Maghrib and Isha, however you want to do that. But you need to know what time things are getting done. What time are the kids doing independent playing? What time are they doing playing with mommy? What time is mommy cooking? What time are you doing your chores? What are they doing when you're praying? Like, this needs to be written out. And so after that, the second part is very important. You need to stick that up on your fridge. You need to stick up the schedule where you can see it. And you tell your kids, okay, we woke up, this is what we're gonna do. So for instance, Musa knows that, my son, the 3-year-old, he knows when he wakes up, we do 3 things. We go brush our teeth, change your diaper, and read a book. You cannot do anything else until you do those 3 things. Don't ask me for the TV. Don't ask me for anything else until those 3 things are done. Then we could kind of negotiate what we want to do. But usually our mornings is, he does, after those 3 things, we do TV time now because I have the newborn, so it's kind of like, I'm really tired when I first wake up, so I don't mind giving him the TV in the morning. Usually that's not my go-to. I don't like him watching TV in the morning. Usually it's independent playing in the morning, and then playing with me, and then, like independent playing while I do breakfast, and then playing with me. But now, because I have the baby and certain things are changing, we know that the morning routine, most days, it's TV instead of the independent playing, while I get breakfast together, get the baby situated, and things like that. And so you need to have that schedule there, and you need to communicate that schedule with your kids. After breakfast, this is what I expect. After this, we're going to do homeschool. After this, we're going to, do a craft. Like, they need to know, and it needs to be consistent so that they know what to do and that they're used to it, and that they won't fight you in doing these things, inshallah. So the third, yeah, that's what I have, right? Okay, so number 3 would be ask for help. So if your husband, for example, works like regular 9 to 5, is there any way, you guys can work out in the mornings? Can he wake up a little bit early with you? Or can he wake up an extra hour so that you are up with the kids in the morning, and then you can take a nap? He can be with the kids for like an hour and then wake you back up, and then he heads out to work. You can try to, do something like that, like with your spouse. If your spouse is the only one that's there to help you, then you need to see how can they help you. Can your husband maybe pick up, midweek, you see that your groceries are dipping, you guys don't have breakfast supplies. Maybe midweek, your husband, in the middle of the week after work, he picks up a few groceries and brings that home. Like, what can your spouse do to help you? You need to communicate that, and you need to do that. Usually, my husband helps me by allowing me to take that nap in the morning before he goes to work, and that, alhamdulillah, has helped. Usually, when he helps me by taking over the night, so like when he comes home from work, I know for a fact like he's going to take over, and especially like bedtime, he does like putting Musa, giving him the bath, reading him stories, taking him to bed, and that's the routine. But now Musa kind of like my husband will tell him the stories and everything, but then he'll ask for me like the last 10 minutes, like before he falls asleep, he wants mommy to lay down with him. That's fine, but you need to ask for help. Again, if you live with in-laws, if they can help you during certain times, like if you need to cook, what time do you cook every day or every other day? During the cooking time, can your in-laws watch your kids for you? Can that be the time where they bond with the kids while you're getting dinner ready, you're getting lunch ready, whatever that is? So ask for help, and don't be afraid to ask for help, especially if it's your family members. I mean, whatever your relationship is with your family members, you have to see how that is. But a CEO has employees. You don't do this by yourself, right? You have people doing things, and so you need to be direct in what help you need. I started definitely being direct. I started, my husband for a while, he was washing the dishes at night, before going to bed, because I would be like, you know what? I wash dishes after breakfast and after lunch, and I'm not doing another dish again for the rest of the day. So the dishes at night, that's your responsibility. Nighttime, taking out the trash, that's your responsibility. Before it was, he would sweep the floors every night. He still does it. So these are like our little routines where I know that that's not my job, that's somebody else's job. They're going to get to it. And so you need to ask for help and be direct about what help you need, inshallah. Number 4 is self-care. Every day, every single day, it needs to be something for yourself. Again, depending on the season that you're in. If you're a mother of a newborn, maybe you don't get to do self-care. But if you're a mother of a newborn as well, you need to make sure and try to have a tribe. Obviously, that's hard. Not everybody lives with other people. Not everybody's spouse is going to be as helpful as somebody else's. You just have to know that you need this self-care and see what you can do. Now, understand that self-care does not mean a whole spa day. It doesn't mean that it needs to be a full 20 minutes. It could be something as simple as waking up 10 minutes before your kid to drink your coffee in silence. That is self-care, something that like you need to get ready. You need to give you the energy you need to not break down and not to get overwhelmed. And so you need to see what season you're in. If your kids are more independent, they're older, so they're more independent. Maybe you could do a longer self-care. Maybe you could break up your self-care throughout the day. Again, for me, now my self-care is on Saturdays having 3 hours to myself. I said this in the previous video. Saturdays, 3 hours is just for me, and on Sundays, 3 hours is just for my husband. And we're making sure, and we're picking up the slack for the other one on that day. And that really helps. Because, you need a break. And even every single day, you should have a time. How I get my self-care done with 2 kids on an everyday basis is that once the baby takes his second nap for the day, the toddler either gets screen time or gets something that I know he does not need me. He will be occupied, and that's when I sit down on the couch and read my book. That's when I usually during that time I pray dhuhr, and I have my 10 minutes of Quran to recite Quran, and then I read my other book. That's my self-care, and I do that every day. Because the kids' sleep schedule has been off, I haven't been doing it, but alhamdulillah, their sleep schedule got fixed, and so that's in my schedule. The one that I have on my fridge, I have that. Dhuhr time is the baby's taking a nap. The toddler is doing independent play. I am praying dhuhr, reciting Quran, and doing my own thing. And that is my self-care. So you just have to see where can you fit it. And don't think that you can't fit it. You can fit something that makes you feel good. It doesn't have to be long, even if it's 5 minutes, because that's the season you're in. Just make sure that you take it, and you don't let it go, inshallah. And the last one, number 5 is always having a goal for yourself. Don't be idle, sisters. Don't don't not have a goal for yourself. Whether that's finishing a book in a couple months, whatever. Even if it's finishing one book in a year, whatever works for you. But have something that you're working towards so that when you find yourself, you know, you don't have to cook today or you don't have something to do today, you know that, okay, you have a goal of working on this. You have a goal of, be a fitness goal. It could be reading a book. It could be learning a craft, something. But know that this is a goal that you have in mind when you find yourself, there's nothing to do, I'm bored, whatever it is. If we ever even find ourselves like that, right? Because we're always like running around and doing everything. But just having that time. And I will say this, a goal for yourself could even be not doing anything. Because so many times as moms, we're always doing something. And we need to remind ourselves that it's okay to sit down on your couch and relax and chill and watch a show and watch TV and, you know, just do something else besides taking care of something. It's fine, You don't always have to be doing anything. And I say this because, my husband, he's always like, relax. Like, you can, again, ask for help. You don't have to do. The thing is, sometimes I do things that I don't have to do. Like, I want to declutter 3 things in one day. That's not realistic. And so I end up taking on more than I could do that day. And then by the end of it, I'm huffing and puffing like, oh, I had to do this and that and whatever, whatever. And my husband's like, no, you really didn't have to do that much today. You could have saved it for another time. You're burning yourself out. Why don't you sit down? You can sit down. I'm here to help you. Sit down. Even when he's here to help me, I'm still running and doing something. But I had to let myself know that it's okay to not do something. It's okay to relax. It's okay to just chill out. It's your home. If you're the CEO, you can have that break for yourself. If your employees is getting a break, you getting a break, inshallah. And so prioritize, a goal for yourself, inshallah. And I want to say, when you prioritize yourself and having a goal for yourself, when you prioritize self-care, you're teaching your kids to prioritize you. You're teaching your kids that, no, mommy has a time for herself. I'm going to go on a little rant really quick. Another this is for me, right? So before kids, I was the type of person that would wake up in the morning and I swear I could just wake up and start talking and having a conversation and just going like a toddler at 100 miles per hour the minute my eyes open, before I had kids, right? And my mom, she was like total opposite. She just like needs like time to get up. And I never understood it. Like I would be like, oh my gosh. Like I'm trying to talk to you right now and you don't want to talk because, you're so tired, and I never really got it. And I'm talking about like in my 20s, I was like this, and I just like, yeah. Until I had my son, and literally he wakes up in the morning and it's like, boom, let's go play, let's go do this, let's go do this. The other day he literally woke up. I was like, okay, let's go make this energy bite. It's like I make these energy bites. It's like dates and peanut butter and coconut and whatever. You blend it all together and you have an energy bite. He would literally wake up. I think he hears me talking about him. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, I'll give you more cookie. Can you give me 1 second? Give me 1 second. Okay, sure. Thank you. Give me 1 second, okay, Baba? So he would just wake up and be like, let's go make an energy bite. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And I would literally be so tired that I would literally start crying. Like literally, guys, I would literally cry, and he would literally be standing there like, mommy, why are you crying? Like, why are you sad? Why are you mad? And I'm just like, because I'm tired, and you're like asking me to do all these things. And so that's when I realized, wait, let me just explain to him. He's 3 now, especially. Wait, Bubba, don't bang the bowl. Okay? I'm coming. And so when I had the baby, I really had to explain to him that, listen, when mommy wakes up in the morning, you can go in your room and play by yourself. You can literally go in your room and be occupied with something, because I cannot just wake up and boing, ready to play with you. And now, alhamdulillah, when, he wakes up, he goes, he wakes me up and lets me know that he's up. And then I tell him I need 10 minutes. He goes, he plays. I set my alarm for literally 10, 15 minutes. When he hears the alarm, he knows, okay, now I can talk to her. Now I can get, now she's going to give me attention. And alhamdulillah, there's no more tears in the morning. I just wake up and I know that he's not going to stress me with getting up and playing right away. And we have talked about that. And so talk to your kids. He's 3 years old. They understand if you talk to them clearly what you need. You're prioritizing yourself. They're going to learn to prioritize you. Another tip, you know, in the morning, sometimes he wants TV. And what I do is I tell him, Mommy does 10 minutes of yoga, and then you can get some TV time. But I need this 10 minutes. At first, he was like, oh, are you done? Oh, I want the TV, and complaining. But I stood my ground. No, I'm doing this yoga for 10 minutes. You could come sit here and watch the yoga, or you could sit here and join me. It's up to you. And so he is now more patient. And, okay, Mommy's doing her 10 minutes of yoga, and he lets me do it. So communicate your needs. Okay, little baby. So communicate your needs, and with your kids, with your spouse, and all that. I don't want to show you, little baby. So keep your head that way. Number 6, the last one is be flexible with the season you're in, with the ages of your kids, and things like that. And be, have mercy on yourself. Don't stress yourself out and think that one mom is doing X, Y, and Z, that I need to do X, Y, and Z. No, you have to see what works for you. And so, wow, part 2 is just as long as part 1. But I'm sorry about that. I just had a lot to share with you guys. Baby is fussing, so I will end it here. I hope that this was helpful. If you want more clarity on anything that I spoke about or that I said, please leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram at that Muslim chick, and be free to send me a message, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.